Welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Gonna dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Why, hey there. Hello, my fabulous listener. Welcome to episode 190 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Thank you, as always, for lending me your ears today. I know you have loads of choices out there, and I really do appreciate you making me one of them. If you're enjoying this podcast, then I would really love you to take a screenshot and share it on your socials and tag me. That would be super cool. And for all of you who are already doing it, I so appreciate the shout outs, but also love to follow and get to know you a little bit better as well. Don't forget you can find the show notes for this particular podcast at all the W's, socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/190. Today, we are going to talk about sticky marketing and about making your marketing sticky. Now, it's hardly a new concept when it comes to marketing, but perhaps for you today, it's a new idea or a new thought or a new angle or a new tactic around thinking about what your marketing looks like and what marketing is for you and for your business. So, what is sticky marketing? Well, to put it the most basic, to put it the most plainly that I can, it's marketing that your audience remembers after the moment has passed. So after they've scrolled past, after they've read perhaps your email or they have read your social media and they've scrolled past it, or after they've watched an ad or after the video that they've been watching is done, it sticks with them. It's become stuck. You know, something in that has stuck with them and they continue to think about it over minutes, hours, and hopefully days later. It is sticky. We're exposed to hundreds and thousands of pieces of marketing every week, or probably every day, depending on what your day looks like. So we want our marketing to be sticky. We want our marketing to be what people remember when they finish up their busy days or their busy weeks. It's how do you stand out from the crowd? You know, it's sticky marketing. A lot of marketing, or a lot of sticky marketing, actually comes down to two things. First thing is, how well do you know your ideal client? And the second is, how good is your customer-centric, catchy, and memorable copy? So you've got to have memorable copy, but you've also got to know who you're targeting it at. This is another one of these reasons why knowing your ideal client back to front and front to back is just so important. Because again, if you're throwing spaghetti against the wall, not much is going to stick, is it? So you want it all to stick. You want to know who you're talking to, and you want to know their problems, what roadblocks they have, how you can surprise and delight them, so that you can make your copy customer-centric, catchy, and memorable. And of course, you can't have one without the other. You can't make your marketing sticky, or you can't make it stick if you don't know who you're aiming it at or who your ideal client is. It just doesn't really, if it just doesn't relate to the watcher or the listener or the reader, then it's never going to be sticky. Well, I say that and then I laugh at myself because it's not never sticky. If I said the word to you, Frank Walker, would you know what I meant? Would that ring a bell for you? If you happen to, it's a piece of radio marketing, basically, that it is just, it's so sticky, but it's annoyingly sticky. It's sticky and icky. Frank Walker from National Tiles. Like, I can't even do it justice, but it's just terrible. It's one of those ads that I switch off as soon as I hear it. I change the channel if I happen to be listening to the radio as opposed to listening to a podcast. So sometimes things are too sticky that they become icky. So there is a bit of a line to tread there. If you know Frank Walker's advertising for National Tiles, you may know what I'm talking about. But honestly, sticky marketing is about keeping top of mind. If they think X and that is what you do, you want them to buy from you, engage with you, contact you because they've thought of you first when they've thought about whatever X is, product, service, idea, thought, whatever that is. So there's a few features about sticky marketing to help you create your own sticky marketing. And here's just a couple of these features of sticky marketing. Sticky marketing is always simple and clear. The message is simple. The message is clear. If you want to get if you want your message to be kept top of mind by your buyer, then the overall message needs to be simple. Now, when I say your message, I mean your message. I don't mean the entire copy. So just to clarify, your marketing doesn't have to be short and small. That's a different thing to what I'm saying. I'm saying it just the overall message, that thing that you want to stick, needs to be simple and it needs to be clear. Another feature of sticky marketing is storytelling. Often marketing is sticky because it's done in the form of a story. People really relate to stories. Our ancestors have been telling stories for centuries, hoping that we will remember the story. We will remember the message through storytelling. And we really do remember these things. We remember simple messages made through story. So if your message is all about facts and figures, then they're things that people don't often remember unless you relate it back to a story. So if you want something to be sticky, it can't be boring, it needs to be clear, and often storytelling helps eliminate the fact that, helps eliminate boringness from your marketing. You need to make it relevant. To cut through the noise, you need to know exactly who your client is, what they need, what they want, what surprises them, what delights them. And your copy needs to be on point and really does need to excel at that head nod test. So basically, someone reading your copy and nodding your head, and I'm doing a podcast and I'm nodding my head to show you. You can't see that because this is a podcast, but the head nod test. As well as storytelling, helping and excelling at the head nod test, sticky marketing often evokes an emotional response as well. Like people have an aha moment where they're like, aha, now I get it. Now I know what I want. Now I know what I need. It's a feeling that people just have that when they read your copy, watch your copy, hear your copy, whatever that might look like, they kind of have that aha. I need to buy this. I need to get in contact with that person because now I know that they can solve my problem or surprise and delight me, whatever that looks like for you. Sticky marketing is also written to a customer and a client. It talks to them. It talks to one singular person. It's written and they feel like even though they're reading it on social media, for instance, they feel like it's talking to them. It's sticky enough that they're kind of, and again, I guess it's that head nod test, like, this is for me. This person understands me. This person gets me. This person knows exactly how I'm feeling or what I need. Again, sticky marketing written to one person, your ideal client, because you know them back to front, front to back. Without the use of a good story, sometimes a good metaphor can help and takes a piece of marketing sticky. It makes a piece of marketing sticky. A good metaphor does. A metaphor lingers with them. Just make sure that they not only remember the metaphor, but who said it or who put it in front of them, probably more so. So if you're not making up your own grand metaphors, even though someone famous might have said the metaphor, we want to make sure that our marketing is sticky enough that they're like, Jen Donovan said that on Instagram, or that was in an email. Like, we want them to remember the person who put it in front of them or the person who said it, not just the metaphor. So metaphors are good. Jargon is not. So stay away from industry jargon that your customer or your client might not understand yet because they're not in your world, or frankly, maybe they'll never understand it. So making sure metaphors tick, jargon cross. All right. Another feature of sticky marketing is it's often unexpected, has unexpected claims or unusual angles to help make something memorable. Again, we want to keep top of mind with our marketing that this person has just engaged with. And lastly, sticky marketing always has a call to action. Always. Now I have your attention. I want you to do this next. So you've got to make sure that if you spend all this time, all this energy getting sticky marketing, what do you want the reader, viewer, watcher to do next? You need to make sure there are calls to action within your sticky marketing. I guess another angle of looking at sticky marketing, especially when it comes to, say, websites, is about attempting to create copy that entices visitors to stay on your website longer, to remain on the pages longer. Again, trying to make your pages sticky so that people stay there longer. Ways to make your website a little bit more sticky or to increase its stickiness could be looking at the overall user experience. For instance, how long does it take to load? How easy is it to navigate? What's the checkout system look like? Sometimes we invest so much in pretty fonts and gorgeous colors, but the functionality, the user experience, the UX is what is going to help make our website sticky to the people that we want stuck on there, which of course are our buyers. You also need to showcase your business's uniqueness and make it unforgettable on your website as well. Just make it not just another place to come and shop or just not another place to come and read a blog. What makes you unique? What is the stickiness of you and your business? And also on websites, to make something more sticky, encourage your visitors to interact more. So you've finally got them there, which, congratulations. Sometimes it's really hard to get website traffic. So once you've got them there, what can you do to make it more sticky, to encourage them to interact more with you? So for example, it could be download this, or here's a discount code, or come and join my exclusive Facebook group, etc., etc. We need to make ourselves more sticky. Making your marketing sticky not only helps improve brand awareness and sales, obviously, but also referrals. And you'll know these from your conversations you have with friends and family and colleagues. A piece of marketing has stuck with you. And even though you might not be the ideal client for that piece of marketing, it's so good, it's stuck with you. And you find yourself in conversations with people and go, yeah, actually, I saw something the other day and you should really go and check them out. I'll send you a link to that post, or I'll forward that email to you, because that's exactly what you're talking about. Again, it's sticky marketing, referral-based marketing. It is just one of the beautiful things that come from making your marketing a little bit stickier. So think of a piece of marketing that you've seen today, or heard, or watched. Can you think of a piece? Can you think of something you've seen today that stuck with you? Has anything stuck with you today? Has any of you seen any sticky marketing? If you have, I would really encourage you to sort of step back and think to yourself, what made that stick with me? What part of that is sticky, and why have I remembered that? Sometimes it's because you've seen it over and over and over again, and therefore it has become sticky to you. But other times there's other reasons for it. I'd really encourage you to take a bit of a deep dive in what has made that sticky. And if no marketing has stuck with you today, then there's a bit of a lesson in there too for all the people that have marketed to you today. Reels and TikTok, Reels on TikTok, or TikTok Reels, whatever you would like to call them, they're taking sticky marketing to this whole new level. Because with Reels, for example, you have music threads. So someone has a piece of music and think, oh, wow, I could use that piece of music, and you put your angle to it, or you put your part of your business to it. You do say something different, you act something different, but it's the same piece of music. And the principle, I guess, is hoping that that song will stick with your watcher or your reader, and that will help them take action from whatever they have, from what they have watched with you, simply because of the song. So the song is part of the stickiness, that people are like, oh, yes, I love this song. And therefore they have sat there for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds and watched your Instagram reel or your TikTok. Again, top of mind marketing, sticky marketing. There's lots of examples of sticky marketing, but they're often jingles as well. And I bet that, if you sat there and thought about lots of jingles that you remember that, you hear them, you can't get them out of your head. That's kind of like sticky marketing. So a really good jingle is a really good piece of sticky marketing. For me, I would say, the Cottee's cordial. My dad picks the fruit that goes to Cottee's, the Vegemite ads, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Not necessarily the best example in my opinion, but still, I would love to see the stats on that. In my business, I guess, make marketing a priority. That is something I want to stick with people. Ready, fire, aim. The world doesn't need more people to be aiming to do something. We need more people to be action takers. That's something I want to stick with you. Small business made simple. I want the simple part to stick with you. And of course, Jen Donovan as a marketing business coach, I want that to stick with you as well. So I guess a lot of what I've sort of said there is how I would answer, what do you want to be famous for? I would talk a lot about that. I want to be famous for educating people to make marketing a priority, for getting people to take action, and for being a marketing and business coach. So they're the things that I want to become sticky. So what do you want to become sticky in your business? What's your sticky marketing look like? What's your sticky marketing strategy look like? Is your website sticky? Are your socials sticky? Is your marketing sticky? Oh, really big questions. I get that, but something for you to think about as we wrap up this episode. I'd love to continue the conversation with you in the Like-Minded Business Owners Facebook group. If you're not a member already, please hop over there and join up. And of course, I've got some great, amazing guests coming through doing lives this year. I had an amazing one on, what do small business owners need as far as the law goes? That was a really great one that we did just the other day. We talked about the overwhelm of technology in another one. We talked about how to apply for awards in another one. And in another one, we talked about finances. What numbers do you need to know? So all these are lingering in the Like-Minded Business Owners Facebook group. And there's a ton more to come as well. So go and head into there and watch those if you're already a member. And if you're not already a member, join up. Just another amazing reason to come and join my community over there. But that's it for another episode of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. I will see you next week for episode 191. Remember, take a screenshot and share it on your socials and make sure you tag me so that I can, clap hands and get to know you as well. I just love it. It just means the world to me to get to know my audience a little bit better. But in the meantime, if we're not hanging out on social, let's do that. You'll find me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn as Jen Donovan. And remember, whatever you do, my small business peeps, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small.
No time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yorta Yorta people, on which I record this podcast and conduct my business today, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend this respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today as well.